Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rage here, and today I'm going to be going over a couple things, an overview basically of game sense. I'm going to be making individual videos about each of these topics. Comment down below which ones would you like to see first, and yeah, so let's get right into this. So basically, if you're new to CSGO and you don't really know what game sense is, it's basically like knowing nades, knowing common spots, knowing routes people take, just basically stuff about the map, just expecting different things. And you don't get game sense by watching videos. You don't get game sense, or you can gain game sense by watching videos. But mostly it's just by playing. Just over time you'll get game sense. And yeah. So the first thing I'm going to go over is nades. And basically there's a couple different nades. There's we have flashbang, smoke, Molotov, and we have the actual grenade. We have decoy, and I think that's it. So when I first started playing CSGO, I actually didn't buy nades at all. I used to think it was just annoying to carry around, but I mean, I was just a silver. I didn't know any better. I was unranked, but nades are really important, especially in higher ranks. So nades are really extremely. I can't express how extremely important they are. They're very important for basically anything in CSGO. So knowing them, here's an example of a flash. This is pop flashing anybody who is long. As pushing for a T, this is the flash I always use. It flashes everybody over here, and there's also another one that kind of, you can see it for a little bit longer, but it does flash anybody pit. And basically a pop flash is a flash that enemies aren't expecting. Like, they literally have no time to react. It just pops in their face and then they're flashed. So yeah. And then smoke for dust too long. Going over here, the smoke's off the corner, looking up at the top of this box here. The smoke's off the corner, and smokes off anybody opping or watching long doors from the corner right here. Now the next thing is common spots. Basically, knowing common spots, you just get that from playing the map, basically. You can watch common spots videos, those are always good. And pre-aiming them, those are important. So like, I have my crosshair, like, if say like I'm just, there's a couple different ways you can peek angles. One is just scanning the area, like wherever basically wherever you peek your crosshair is, and you just scan the entire area. Or you can literally just peek a common spot, like have your crosshair and boom, easy headshot. And just pre-aim different angles, pre-fire different angles. That's also pretty helpful. But just checking common spots while pushing, or there's a lot, or retaking a site. There's a lot of different scenarios where you need to check common spots at. And like I said before, I'm not going to be going into too much detail on each of these topics. I'm going to make a separate video for each of these topics, so stay tuned for that. So the next thing is clutch situations. Now there's a couple of different things you can do while clutching. You can either save, play for exits, or just go for the clutch. You play for exits to try to mess up their eco a little bit, or just get a gun. And saving, obviously, if your team is low on money, then you could just save, and you have a little bit extra money and you have a full buy. Now saving as a CT, you do get money, but saving as a T is kind of risky, because if you die afterwards, you literally don't get any money for the round. So it's kind of a risky thing to do, so I wouldn't really try to play for exits, or you can't even play for exits as a T. But I wouldn't really try to be too aggressive. Obviously, as the bomb's planted, you're probably just going to want to try to clutch the round. But if the bomb's not planted, you could always save as a T. It's kind of risky, though, and you don't want to challenge anybody if you're saving as a T. And a lot of these topics relate to each other, like knowing common spots while clutching. That's crucial. Using nades while clutching. Just basic game sense, and yeah. Like, always pay attention to your teammates' calls. Like, try to figure out like what the enemies have, if they're on the eco or not. Now for retaking as a CT, there's a couple of different things you want to think about. A, if you have a kit, if you have enough time to actually even go for the clutch. B, if you have teammates pushing at the same time, where you guys are gonna push, what the enemy health is at, what the enemy has, like what weapons they have. Using nades, that's also important. Using nades to retake the site. Just basically knowing and understanding the situation is crucial to basically every part of this game. Now for entry fragging, you really gotta know common spots to be entry fragging, and you gotta have confidence too, because you can't just be like thinking that you're gonna die as soon as you get in. You just gotta think that they're really bad. Just have confidence. You could throw a flash, whatever. There's different kind of flashes you can do to entry frag, or just basically get into anywhere. But entry fragging, you need a lot of confidence. You need to know common spots, pre-aim the common spots. Staying calm is also a huge thing. Basically in any situation, if you're entry fragging and you're getting shot by like a different angle, just stay calm, try to get that enemy. Or if you find yourself in like a bad situation, like you push too far, you peek too wide, just stay calm in these situations and it's just gonna work out better. Now the next thing is patience. Patience is a huge thing, and it's actually like insane, like how much patience can actually help you in this game. So say you're a CT and you're just waiting for them, and they're just not pushing. Usually sometimes people start to get a little bit impatient and just push out, and they're just playing for picks and they're just waiting for you. I mean, you could rush if you're on like an eco and you all buy like pistols and rush somewhere. But I mean, patience is key. Just waiting for the enemy, playing sights, don't push too far. Play on sight unless like if you have the bomb planted, play on sight unless it's like a certain situation, like he's trying to save. Then obviously you can try to get him if you guys decide to try to hunt for him. But patience is a huge thing in CSGO. Having patience definitely help you in basically any situation. Now the next thing is holding angles and peeking. So for an example, long. I'm using long for a lot of these examples. A good thing to do is not to peek too wide, like all the way out here, because I mean, if they start pushing you and you miss an op shot, then you're kind of in a bad situation. So don't peek out too wide. Peek out like about right here around this area, and try to get a pick. And if you miss a shot, you could back up, throw a flash, whatever. But staying far away from the wall is actually kind of important, because if you're right here, they could see your player model. If you're really close to the wall, they could see more of your player model, and it puts you in a disadvantage. So if you're back here, it puts them at a disadvantage, and it gives you the advantage while peeking. And also a good thing is knowing like when to peek. Obviously, like in the beginning of the round, if you have like an AK, you don't want to peek, man, because you're just gonna get picked off like really fast, and you have some like silver 1 game. But I like scout op if you have experience and like know how to peek mid as a CT. It's actually kind of hard to do. Obviously as a T, it's a lot easier because you have the advantage. So yeah. So don't expect to get game sense like that. It's not gonna come really fast. It's gonna, over time, you're gonna just learn new things here and there. I'm still learning. The pros are still learning. Everybody still learns a couple things here and there. Watching your demos and finding out your mistakes, watching pro demos really helps. See what they do, the kind of strats that they do, the nades, and how they handle certain situations. Always have a plan, and always figure out how you're going to react to different situations. Watching videos, like I'm going to have a Game Sense series on my channel. So subscribe for that. There's tons of Game Sense videos on YouTube. There's nade spots. There's common spot videos. All kinds of Game Sense videos on YouTube. So like I said before, a lot of these things relate to each other. So pushing into A site. The pop flash is right there. You can throw it off the stairs right there, and a pop flash is anyone's site. You can molly off a site and force anyone standing on site to push off and give you an advantage. But yeah, so it's just little things like that. That makes you a great CSGO player. Now, you're not going to get Game Sense instantly, like I've said many times already. You're going to learn over time. And yeah, so that's basically it. Leave a like if you enjoyed. But yeah, so that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.